The retail apocalypse continues to reshape America's shopping landscape, with iconic clothing brands that once dominated malls and main streets now facing permanent closure. Today, we're looking at 16 American clothing brands that are shutting their doors forever, marking the end of an era for these once thriving retailers. The American retail landscape has undergone dramatic changes in recent years. E-commerce giants like Amazon have revolutionized how we shop, while fast fashion brands have altered consumer expectations about price and trend cycles. Add in the devastating impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, and you have the perfect storm that has pushed many beloved clothing retailers to the brink of extinction. Let's start with Dressbarn, a women's clothing retailer that had been a staple in American shopping centers since 1962. After nearly 6 decades in business, Dressbarn announced the closure of all 650 of its stores in 2019. The brand, which was owned by Azria Retail Group, had struggled to maintain relevance in an increasingly competitive market. Despite attempts to revitalize the brand with updated merchandise and store redesigns, Dressbarn couldn't overcome declining foot traffic and changing consumer preferences. While the Dressbarn name was purchased by Retail E-commerce Ventures and now exists as an online-only retailer, the physical stores that many women relied on for affordable workwear and casual clothing are gone forever. Next up is Barneys, New York, a luxury department store that defined high-end fashion for generations of Americans. Founded in 1923, Barneys built its reputation on curating cutting-edge designer collections and creating an exclusive shopping experience. However, the combination of skyrocketing Manhattan rent prices and the shift toward online luxury shopping proved too much for the iconic retailer. In 2019, Barneys filed for bankruptcy and subsequently closed all of its stores, including its flagship Madison Avenue location. The intellectual property was purchased by Authentic Brands Group, which has licensed the Barneys name for use in Saks Fifth Avenue, but the original Barneys experience, with its legendary window displays and unparalleled selection, is now just a memory in retail history. Forever 21, once the king of fast fashion in American malls, has experienced a dramatic downfall. At its peak, Forever 21 operated more than 700 stores globally and generated billions in annual revenue. The brand was known for quickly translating runway trends into affordable styles for young consumers. However, increased competition from online retailers like Shein and Boohoo, combined with overexpansion and changing consumer preferences toward more sustainable fashion, led to Forever 21's bankruptcy filing in 2019. While the brand was purchased by Authentic Brands Group, Simon Property Group, and Brookfield Property Partners, it has closed hundreds of stores nationwide. The Forever 21 that exists today is a shadow of its former self, with a significantly reduced footprint and diminished cultural relevance. Charlotte Russe, another mall staple targeting young women, met a similar fate. Founded in 1975, Charlotte Russe expanded to over 500 stores across the United States, offering trendy clothing at accessible price points. However, the brand struggled with mounting debt and declining sales, eventually filing for bankruptcy in 2019. All Charlotte Russe stores were initially slated for closure, but the brand was purchased by Toronto-based YM Inc., which has reopened a limited number of locations. Nevertheless, the Charlotte Russe that generations of teenage girls and young women knew has effectively disappeared, with most of its physical presence erased from the American retail landscape. The Limited, once a powerhouse in women's workwear, has completely vanished from shopping centers. Founded in 1963 as part of L Brands, formerly Limited Brands, The Limited grew to over 750 stores at its peak. The brand was known for offering stylish, moderately priced clothing for professional women. However, as workplace dress codes became more casual and competition intensified, The Limited struggled to maintain its market position. In 2017, the company closed all of its physical stores and filed for bankruptcy. While the brand name was acquired by Sycamore Partners and briefly operated as an online-only retailer, even that digital presence has now disappeared, marking the complete end of The Limited as a clothing brand. American Apparel, known for its Made in USA ethos and controversial advertising, has also disappeared from the retail landscape. Founded in 1989, American Apparel gained popularity for its domestically produced basics and provocative marketing campaigns. At its height, the company operated approximately 280 stores worldwide and was valued at nearly $1 billion. However, a combination of factors, including founder Dov Charney's controversial leadership, mounting debt, and changing consumer preferences, led to the company's downfall. After filing for bankruptcy twice, American Apparel closed all of its stores in 2017. The brand name was purchased by Gildan Activewear, which now sells American Apparel products online and through wholesale channels, but the distinctive retail experience and domestic manufacturing model that defined the original brand are gone forever. BCBG Max Azria, a fixture in upscale malls and a red carpet favorite, has largely disappeared from the American retail scene. Founded in 1989 by Max Azria, BCBG, bon chic, bon genre, French for good style, good attitude, became known for its sophisticated cocktail dresses and evening wear at accessible luxury price points. The brand expanded rapidly, eventually operating over 550 stores globally. However, changing consumer shopping habits and the rise of fast fashion competitors put pressure on BCBG's business model. In 2017, the company filed for bankruptcy and closed the majority of its standalone stores. While the BCBG brand was acquired by Marquee Brands and continues to exist through department store concessions and online sales, its days as a prominent mall anchor are over. Topshop, while originally a British brand, had made significant inroads into the American market before its collapse. The fashion-forward retailer opened its flagship American store in New York City in 2009 to much fanfare, eventually expanding to multiple locations across the country. Topshop was known for its trend-driven collections and collaborations with celebrities like Kate Moss and Beyoncé. However, the brand's parent company, Arcadia Group, faced financial difficulties and filed for bankruptcy in 2020. As a result, all Topshop stores in the United States were closed. The brand was subsequently purchased by ASOS, an online retailer, meaning that while Topshop products are still available online, the physical stores that brought British high street fashion to American consumers are gone for good. New York & Company, a women's workwear retailer founded in 1918, has largely disappeared from the American retail landscape. At its peak, the brand operated approximately 700 stores nationwide and was known for its affordable office attire and frequent sales promotions. However, like many mall-based retailers, New York & Company struggled with declining foot traffic and increasing competition from online retailers. In 2020, parent company RTW Retail Winds filed for bankruptcy and announced the closure of most New York & Company stores. While the brand name was purchased by Sadia Group and continues as an online-only retailer, The physical stores that were a common sight in American malls for decades have largely vanished. Diesel, the Italian denim brand that gained massive popularity in the United States during the 90s and early 2000s, has significantly reduced its American presence. Known for its premium jeans and edgy marketing campaigns, Diesel operated dozens of standalone stores across the country at its height. However, as denim trends shifted and competition increased from both higher-end and more affordable brands, Diesel's relevance in the American market waned. The company filed for bankruptcy protection for its North American division in 2019 and has since closed most of its American stores. While Diesel products are still available through department stores and online, the brand's standalone retail presence in America has been virtually eliminated. True Religion, once the epitome of premium denim in the United States, has experienced a dramatic downfall. Founded in 2002, True Religion became famous for its distinctive horseshoe pocket design and thick contrast stitching on jeans that retailed for $200 or more. The brand expanded rapidly, opening hundreds of stores nationwide and becoming a status symbol embraced by celebrities and hip-hop artists. However, as fashion trends moved away from flashy denim and toward athleisure, True Religion struggled to adapt. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2017 and again in 2020, closing many of its stores in the process. While True Religion still exists as a brand, its footprint has been drastically reduced and its cultural cachet has diminished significantly. Wet Seal, a teen retailer that was once ubiquitous in American malls, has completely disappeared from the physical retail landscape. Founded in 1962, Wet Seal grew to over 500 stores nationwide and was a go-to destination for affordable, trend-driven clothing for teenage girls and young women. However, the brand faced increasing competition from fast fashion retailers and struggled to maintain its relevance with its target demographic. After years of financial struggles, Wet Seal filed for bankruptcy in 2015, briefly restructured, and then filed again in 2017, resulting in the closure of all its stores. The brand name was purchased by Gordon Brothers and briefly operated as an online-only retailer. But even that digital presence has since disappeared, marking the complete end of Wet Seal as a clothing brand. Payless Shoe Source, while primarily known for footwear, also sold accessories and some clothing items, making its disappearance significant for the American retail landscape. At its peak, Payless operated over 4,400 stores worldwide, with the majority located in the United States. The brand was known for its affordable prices and buy one, get one half off promotions. However, increasing competition from discount retailers and online shoe sellers put pressure on Payless's business model. The company filed for bankruptcy in 2017, restructured, and then filed again in 2019, resulting in the closure of all its North American stores. While Payless has announced plans to re-enter the American market with a focus on e-commerce and some physical stores, the massive retail presence it once had is gone forever. Gymboree, a children's clothing retailer founded in 1976, has largely disappeared from the American retail scene. Known for its colorful, age-appropriate clothing for babies and young children, Gymboree expanded to over 1,200 stores worldwide at its height. However, increasing competition from discount retailers and changing parent shopping habits put pressure on the brand. Gymboree filed for bankruptcy in 2017, restructured, and then filed again in 2019. Resulting in the closure of all Gymboree branded stores. While the brand name was purchased by The Children's Place and relaunched as a collection within their stores and online, The standalone Gymboree stores that were a common sight in American malls for decades are gone forever. Brooks Brothers, America's oldest clothing retailer founded in 1818, has undergone a dramatic transformation. Known for dressing presidents and Wall Street executives in its classic American suits and business attire, Brooks Brothers operated approximately 250 stores in the United States at its peak. However, the combination of increasingly casual workplace dress codes and the COVID-19 pandemic, which dramatically reduced demand for formal business attire, proved devastating for the iconic retailer. Brooks Brothers filed for bankruptcy in 2020 and was subsequently purchased by Spark Group, a partnership between Authentic Brands Group and Simon Property Group. While the brand continues to exist, it has closed many of its stores and is no longer the dominant force in American menswear that it once was. Finally, Victoria's Secret, once a dominant force in American lingerie and fashion, has faced significant challenges in recent years. The brand has been criticized for its outdated beauty standards and lack of inclusivity, which led to a loss of market share to more modern, diverse competitors. In response, its parent company restructured the business in 2021, spinning off Victoria's Secret as a separate publicly traded company while rebranding the remaining part as Bath and Body Works, Inc. Despite persistent rumors and dramatic headlines suggesting that the brand is closing down forever, Victoria's Secret continues to operate, albeit with a reduced number of stores and a strategic shift toward digital sales and a more inclusive marketing approach. The brand's future hinges on its ability to adapt to evolving consumer preferences and market conditions. The closure of these 16 American clothing brands represents more than just business failures. It marks a fundamental shift in how Americans shop and dress. Many of these brands were cultural touchstones, defining the style of particular eras or demographics. Their disappearance leaves gaps in the retail landscape that are increasingly being filled by online retailers and fast fashion brands. Several common factors contributed to the downfall of these once successful retailers. Overexpansion was a frequent issue, with many brands opening too many stores too quickly, leaving them vulnerable when consumer shopping habits shifted toward e-commerce. High debt loads, often accumulated through leveraged buyouts by private equity firms, made it difficult for these retailers to invest in necessary digital transformations or store renovations. And the rise of fast fashion and discount retailers put pressure on traditional brands' pricing and merchandising strategies. The COVID-19 pandemic accelerated many of these trends, delivering the final blow to retailers that were already struggling. Mandatory store closures, reduced consumer spending on apparel, and the shift toward working from home all contributed to the demise of brands that relied heavily on physical retail and workplace attire. For consumers, the disappearance of these brands means fewer options when shopping in person, particularly in malls and shopping centers. It also represents the loss of certain price points and style niches that these specialized retailers once filled. While some of these brands continue to exist online or in limited form, the shopping experience they once provided, with dedicated sales associates, fitting rooms, and the ability to touch and try on clothing before purchasing, has largely disappeared. For employees, these closures have meant the loss of hundreds of thousands of retail jobs across the country. While some workers have found positions with other retailers or in different industries, many former retail employees have struggled to replace the wages and benefits they once had, particularly in smaller communities where retail jobs represented a significant portion of the available employment. Looking ahead, The American retail landscape will likely continue to evolve, with more emphasis on omni-channel experiences that blend online and offline shopping. Successful retailers will need to provide compelling reasons for consumers to visit physical stores, whether through exceptional customer service, unique in-store experiences, or services that can't be replicated online. Some newer brands are already filling the gaps left by these departed retailers, often with business models that are better adapted to current consumer preferences. Direct-to-consumer brands that started online but are now opening strategic physical locations represent one emerging trend. Pop-up shops and brand collaborations that create limited-time shopping experiences are another. The demise of these 16 American clothing brands serves as a cautionary tale for retailers that fail to adapt to changing consumer preferences and technological disruptions. It also reminds us that no brand, no matter how established or beloved, is immune to market forces and the need for continuous innovation. As we reflect on these once dominant retailers that have now disappeared or dramatically contracted, we're witnessing not just the end of individual companies, but the transformation of American retail as we've known it. The clothing brands that survive and thrive in the future will likely look very different from those of the past, with greater emphasis on sustainability, digital integration, and personalized experiences. The retail apocalypse may have claimed these 16 victims, but it's also creating space for new concepts and approaches that may better serve the evolving needs of American consumers.